The day started out simple enough. I decided to engage in a pay dispute with the boss, Nigel Cass. On an unrelated note, I began my new career in street performance. As with many of the unemployed, I decided to indulge in the creative arts, so I tried recruiting this fellow. Seeing his distress, I decided to provide my subtle aid, and boy did it help. Look at him get away. Straight into the other one. Okay, that went well. My reaction was the same as any normal person's, sending the authorities speeding out into unknown space. Remembering that I needed a new form of income, I decided to relocate to the Palace of Westminster. Yay! With my income stream guaranteed, I decided to rubber band my controller and say... Alright, well, no point in recording this. And so it seemed. As I went off to have a snack, my speakers started going crazy. I wondered what had happened since I put down my controller. Keep in mind, I've been away for at least 40 minutes, but I was still fairly clueless. Well, maybe we could ask this guy. Quite the interesting fellow. He's the suspect of one of my team's professional hitmen. So clearly he's trustworthy. And if not him, why not this driver? He might not be able to find the road, but maybe he knows what's happened around here, and why there are plenty of civilians cowering in fear. Then again, it was more entertaining to just watch him try and find the road in and of itself. I wonder how long it'll take. Surely the pedestrians at least have better common sense than this guy. Whoops. Well, at least he landed on his feet. Never mind. Well, at least we can say that was a one-off. Oh look, this lady here is admiring my performance. Surely she's more sensible. Oh well. I guess Londoners are doomed. Such as this poor chap. Look at him tying his shoes. I wouldn't do it there. If only someone could have warned him. Well, you know what they say, there's no measure for common sense. I'd just like to remind everyone that I am not responsible for any of this. I just put down the controller and let things happen. Way to go, watchdogs. Way to go, London, for providing me this entertaining scene. At least that guy over there is smart enough to take cover. Oh no, maybe I spoke prematurely. That's right, man. When standing still doesn't go your way, panic. Stop, look, and listen. Double whammy. Somehow I was still able to earn money, and with that done, I decided to use the profiler to see just who exactly was surrounding me. Whoop, not there. Not there. That looked painful. But it seems she's alright. At this point, I was just wondering if that car would ever leave here. And no sooner than 10 minutes later. And just as the weather changes, the moon crosses the sky and dawn the horizon, the car finally makes it through. Clearly everyone's in celebration. Look at him dance. After admiring the London traffic and the lovely British weather, I realized I hadn't made any money for a while, so I decided to relocate. The idea was to find an area full of people with good money sense, so I pulled out my profiler and went looking. And that's when I encountered a flaw in my logic. I was in the political district. Since when do decisions about good money sense happen here? With that, I headed towards the business district in the city of London. Problem is, I didn't really know which way I was going. After a couple of stops, most of which were St. Paul's Cathedral, handy-dandy profiler in hand, I managed to find out that I was heading in the right direction. Mostly just keep heading east. Or down. And up. Eventually, I found myself at London Bridge, where I met a kindly god who provided positive vibes about this location. So much so that he started making other friends right in front of me. This can only end well. With such a positive greeting from the locals, I scoured the area to see if this is indeed the place I was looking for. Wow. A grand hall. Hidden treasures? People unwilling to go home? This is exactly what I'm looking for. Smells like a lot of loose money here for me. Under this assumption, I consulted a local couple. They seemed amused. And so I had found my new spot, and the money came rolling in. As did a fan? Okay, no harm done. He's just admiring me a lot closer than he was before. A lot closer. Surely this is perfectly harmless. Respect for personal space is a thing in England, isn't it? This is less a performance and more a call for help. Well, clearly bemused, he walks away, and I feel a sense of relief, until I see him sneak his way back. At least I'm putting on a cracking show. Just look at how involved that woman seems to be. I must be really good at this. So good it seems I've found another fan. Hopefully this one knows how to keep his distance. I said keep his distance. Wink wink, nudge nudge. Perhaps breaking eye contact. Okay, that's not working. Maybe this gesture might help. That ought to do it. It seems this place isn't just rich, but full of curious individuals. Between two fans and plenty of cash flow, what else can improve this situation? Armed missile drones. And hey, I'm still earning money while doing this. This is great. It allows me to scout the area. The kindly guard from earlier. I can tell just by looking at his face, he experienced the power of friendship. More scouting helped me find a spy, a pickpocket, a weapons dealer, a paramedic, an MMA champion, among many others. What I didn't expect to find was drones, stuck here on the bridge. At this point I find a fellow drone stuck on the bridge, and engage in a staring contest before doing the kindly thing and nudging it on its way. Or at least attempting to. Turns out this is kind of awkward. But hey, we got there in the end. Going up and down London Bridge all while earning money seemed to be something like a mini-game for me. After a little more voyeurism, I find another drone stuck in the same situation. And so, I give it the same response. Nudge, 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 nudge. Or at least, I try. But London traffic proves to be an obstacle this time. Okay, at this point traffic was just getting in my way. Luckily, there was an easy solution. Just send them forward. That seems to work out. There we go. Encouraging the traffic to move, I finally get this drone on its way. I'm sure we won't encounter this situation again. At this point I return to my mini-game of Money Patrol, although it didn't take long for me to be proven wrong. Seems this time it wasn't the bridge, but a bus. Now that's just mean. Traffic was impeding me before, and now it's impeding this one? What's more, this drone is the same type I am. I tried a nudging strategy again, but unfortunately a bus seems to be way too much. So, I use another bus. Surely that's the answer. Maybe not. This can only end well. After that explosion, I decided to just survey the damage. I mean, soak in the atmosphere. As you can tell, the tragedy unfolding before me struck my heart with grief. After a brief contemplation, I decide to take responsibility for my actions. The best way to do that is to follow my fellow drone. Into Valhalla! I decided to observe the scene as if I was Burnout's crash mode camera, and noticed that people seemed utterly possessed to leave. Even the NHS showed this kind of determination. So, being the good citizen I am, I provided aid to help them along. I'm 80% sure he's fine. Even if he needs help, we know this is the neighborhood that will provide. See? Someone on the scene already. A totally non-suspicious helper. Back on the bridge, we see an autonomous vehicle move into the wrong direction. Is this a rebellion against its programming, or against people? Clearly, this is the rise of the machines, and I for one won't take this lying down. So I set my sights on this autonomous vehicle for showing some initiative. I'll show you what for. Run! All for humanity, who are more fragile than I thought. It seems this bus is also trying to rebel. Who knows what kind of havoc that giant vehicle will unleash. So for the good of humanity, I commandeer my best weapon, a small hatchback. Humanity. Far tougher than I thought. Oh no. Wait, this person works at a university? That might explain a lot about the common sense I've seen today. As all this was unfolding, I had forgotten that I had stayed inside my car, so I parked up and got to work. Traffic seemed to want to get a move on, so I provided some assistance. But it also wanted to move on its own, and well, did it ever. Case in point, this determined black sedan. At this point, it really is a David and Goliath situation. But that doesn't mean it's gonna stop anytime soon. And being the charitable character I'm playing today, I just can't help but contribute. Realizing the scale of this carnage befalling my fellow Londoners, I respond with humanity's greatest trait: capitalism. As if to counter my validation of humanity, my own car starts to rebel against me by trying to leave its parking spot. I know just how to deal with you. And with that said, I promptly sent it straight off of the bridge. But don't think I'm done with it yet. Haha! Uh-oh. I'll save you by sending you into the unknown space. Nice to do something heroic. Saving the world. No one said it was easy. Things seem to have stabilized here back on the bridge. The crisis has pretty much subsided and things have settled into a kind of equilibrium. With midnight approaching both in-game and in real life, I commemorate the night with some good ending shots, panning out to get a bit of patriotism for this great city and its great bridge, all while getting paid in the meantime. I mean, with this great scene, what else was left? Oh. My customers! The humanity. Honestly, game. The traffic shows as much determination as ever, although I think even a bit of fatigue has worn in. Even the NHS is pretty much sick of the bridge at this point. And you know what? So am I. If the game wants to end on a bang, then I say let it. Even left on its own, the traffic is trying to escape this bridge. Well, don't worry. I'm gonna provide my assistance. We'll have some finality by sending all traffic into this mess. Every single one of you. Ah, there's no bang like a big bang. Tell me that's not final. And it seems at least traffic has calmed down.
Oh my gosh! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh, okay. Oh my god.
Nice to see that worked out for her. And look, pedestrians are offering each other assistance. What do you know, we get to end this on a high note. And he's related to my hitman from earlier. Talk about bookends. Well, that was a night on London Bridge. I guess that's it. Kidnapped? You mean there's consequences for my actions? Urgently, I make my way to shopping. Because every rescue requires you to look good. Yep, this took no time at all. Not like anyone was in mortal danger or anything, and it's not like any of them could have been out for revenge. I mean, why would they? Fashionably on time, I decide to take the stealth approach. Surely taking a fully loaded cargo drone to ride on directly into the middle of the enemy's base would be considered master stealth strategy. Foolproof, even. I mean, just look at them down below. They don't suspect a thing. I'm a master ninja. Armed with construction equipment, blinking lights, and 4 huge helicopter engines. I'm invisible.
Good night. Why can't you be going the other way? Oh! You double split around.
Oh well, plan B. The exact opposite of what I just did. Aha! All that scouting has yielded results. I have found where I need to be and who I need to rescue. All that's left is to get the job done.
Oops.
Well, it turns out they're okay. Which is great. A little winded, but rescued nonetheless. Which I guess leads us to the end of this video. So, what are the takeaways? 1. The rise of the machines is terrifying in all of its forms. 2. Capitalism is always appropriate. 3. In this world's common sense, shooting the hostage is the way to rescue them. Well, thanks for sticking around. Happy Halloween, and I hope you enjoyed my replacement for what was meant to be my first 17 hours of Watchdog. See ya!